Hello, Abnormal Investigations. It's been a while. I've missed you guys and putting out a video today. I'd like to ask you, if you enjoy these videos, please check out my outdoor channel. We're trying to grow it and get it going. We're releasing a 1-hour video on it today at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We would appreciate each and every one of you to come over, subscribe, ring the bell, and follow us over there and join our lives over there and become part of that family. You'll love it. There's a lot of great stuff over there. So I will put the link to that channel in the description of this video. Alright guys, we got an encounter, so let's jump into it. As a young girl who was super tomboy, I was really into Bigfoot sightings, stories, and shows. Finding Bigfoot was a favorite cryptid series of mine. I even practiced my Bigfoot call until it sounded like the Finding Bigfoot team. Even now as an adult, my friends laugh at me and they ask me to do the Bigfoot call anytime we're near the woods or camping. I still find it kind of funny, or the idea of them, I guess, laughing at me is kind of funny, but Bigfoot's very interesting and mysterious, but now a little frightening as well to me, as I know that, as you and T. Carp have said, how they view women. It has made it even more difficult to deal with what these creatures are and what I dealt with. My dad is a member of a small hunting lease only 15 minutes from our house, which we camped at a lot. The lease is surrounded by rice, bean, and crawfish fields. That's how the landscape looks in South Louisiana. Lots of fields with chunks of woods at their edges. It's amazing how all the animals start moving at night. Deer come out of the woods in patches to eat beans. To the farmer's dismay, raccoons take crawfish out of the traps and coyotes come into our yard to snatch our chickens, cats, and wiener dogs, maybe even leaving little footprints behind. The oak woods drop lots of corn, and the blackberries grow all over. So our lease, with the help of surrounding fields, was home to a fair number of deer, squirrels, rabbits, raccoons, armadillos, coyotes. You get the picture. A healthy variety. My supposed Bigfoot encounter occurred in 2011. I was 12 years old at the time. We had bought the camper to lease and parked at our usual spot. It was a little clearing, butted up against the woods. The clearing had an electric hookup and a water well. Man, did those camper showers smell like iron. My dad, mom, little brother, our friend, and we all arrived at around lunchtime to set up. Supper came, and we made a campfire once it got dark. My dad hated smoke blowing back into the camper and under the canopy, so the fire was set back a ways from our camper. My little brother, our friend, and I sat around the fire in chairs, talking, roasting marshmallows, and poking the fire with our sticks. We were about 10 or so feet from the woods. By the time 9 p.m. rolled around, the sun had been set for just a few hours, and my brother, friend, and I were ready to go inside. However, my mom had procrastinated putting the bed sheets on the bunk beds and the sofa bed. The camper was small, no slide out, and she told us to go back out by the fire until our beds were made. We sat out there a bit, bored and full. Then I started doing Bigfoot calls. We laughed and listened to them echo into the woods. After 4 or 5 calls, I stopped and we just sat there. It got really quiet. No more bugs or rummaging or armadillos. Weirdly quiet. Then there was a big crack, like a branch got stepped on and snapped. Then came the crunch, 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 crunch of the leaves under footsteps. All 3 of us went stiff. I looked at the boy's face, and they were white as white. They were so afraid. We all 3 stared into the woods. Nervous doesn't quite describe it. I couldn't see anything, but I had thoroughly terrified myself. Our friends got up and made a beeline for the camper, saying, "I'm going inside." He opened the camper door, and as we saw the light streaming out, I heard my mom yell, "I'm not done. Now get out of here." She closed the door in our face. Our friend crept back reluctantly, sat back down in the chair next to us. My little brother stirred a metal marshmallow pitchfork into the fire and mumbled, "If anything comes out, I'll stab it with this." So we just sat there, and that's when it happened. Mom opened the door to call us back to the camper. The light from inside of the camper made a doorway wide light that went out into the woods and up into the trees. There it stood. A large, black, awkward-looking Sasquatch. This Sasquatch was huge, everything I'd been told. The black fur, the long arms, big, stocky, very, very tall. Had the big cone head. But Mike, it had a muzzle. It had a muzzle just like a werewolf. But everything else looked as it was supposed to. His eyes shined blue into the light. We ran back to the camper and told our mom what we'd heard and what we'd seen, and of course she didn't believe me. As we laid there at night, we heard the weird howls it was making off into the woods. Now, my dad said that it was just the coyotes. But my dad was the type, he would go to bed early to get up early because he loved being out and to watch the sunrise. But that night, Dad sat at the table with his .44 Magnum laid across the table as he drank coffee all night. I'm pretty sure my dad knew what had happened too, because the next morning I was told not to do my calls anymore in the woods. What do you think, Mike? Yeah, I think your dad knows exactly what it was, and I think that you did call it in. It's pretty easy to call them in if they're close. You know, the Cherokees that I spoke with, they also believe that by calling for them, doing wood knocks, making whoops and whistles and stuff like that, that it also can somewhat manifest them to come to where you're at. So what do y'all think about that? Do you think it causes them to show up where you're at when you go searching actually for them? Let me know in the comments, guys. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, Boots on the Ground Friday night. And check out my outdoor channel, guys. I'm going to put the link in the description right now. Thank you so much. Love you guys. God bless you. See you on the next one.